Hey guys.
Hi guys. It's been a while. Hasn't it?
It's been
We
ages.
say this all the time. But anyway, so today we're going to be talking about a very weird, what's the word? Very interesting. Relevant
Topic. It's a very sensitive topic.
Quite sensitive. I might get a little bit touchy. So we're going to talk about why or do women really need men?
Yeah.
So I'm going to throw it to you. What do you think? Do women really need men?
100%. Yeah, absolutely. I think you don't want me to go on a spiel, do you? I'll keep it very
Go on, let it out. Do I really need you? You know?
I think in today's society there's this whole, the way the world is going, the way society is going, is they seem to assume now, I feel, that women don't really need men in the same way that they used to.
Yeah.
So if we look back even 60 years ago, how I guess everything will have to be somewhat biblically related with me, because that's my standard and that's what I follow. So if we're looking at it in that respect, I suppose, if you look even 60, 70 years ago, in America and in the UK, in England and in most places around the world, people would live by biblical principles much more than they do today.
In other words, what
so
is your opinion?
So that the man
What's
would,
your opinion?
Okay, so the man would, for example, he would be like the breadwinner, which gives a man a sense of, a man has to work. If a man's not working, he will go crazy. You know, that's just the truth. So the man would go out to work, he would win the bread effectively, he would bring it home, the woman would be taking care of the kids and the traditional way.
So,
but I don't think that that's the only way, so let's not get that mixed up. I don't think, women can't work or anything like that. Of course they can.
So effectively, do I need you?
I think absolutely yes, I do. I think you need me. I think a man needs a woman and a woman needs a man. I think women are incubators, they're helpers, they help drive a man's vision. A woman can destroy a man or she can make a man. If a woman is on board with a man and she pushes him in the right direction, a man can do anything. But if, for example, the woman chooses to, because women know how to push a man's buttons. If you will never know a woman, but she knows everything about you. So I think in that respect, a woman can also break you and she can make life healthy.
Personally, for me, it depends on how you see it. To an extent, I do agree with him in the sense that they're meant to nurture, they're meant to do this and X, Y, take care of the kids, cook, That's fine. I do like the traditional. Personally, I do like the traditional, roles of a woman. I feel like, you're holding down your home. I like that idea, but I feel like obviously times are changing. So you have women who are doctors, lawyers, who are entrepreneurs, who have businesses, obviously.
Do you think though, can I just ask, do you think that times are changing for the better, the way the world's going? Because I think when you look at things on a whole...
No, I'm not looking at things as a whole. I'm looking at one aspect specifically. Women are bloody powerful. We're powerful, innit?
Of course.
I think
it was a woman that made the man fall.
Of course.
In the beginning. She made Adam... Well, she influenced. Women are very influential. So I think when you look at it in that respect, I think it can be very dangerous for a woman to become too power hungry, if that makes sense. Because I think
do you mean too ambitious?
No. It's great for a woman to have ambition. It's great for a woman to be have goals in life and to become successful in a respectful field. Times have changed, so now women do work pretty much equally as men. We're not in the days that we used to do.
Not pretty much.
But I think there's. No, I didn't mean in that respect. Look, at the end of the day, we have different roles. You can never deny that.
Yeah,
you give birth to children, and I don't. I can never carry or bear a child in that way. So you can't mingle roles too much, because then you lose your sense of identity, and that's what we're getting. The world is losing its sense of identity. Females and males are coming too intertwined, so there's no indefinite role. So, for example,
I think that's fine, though.
you take a normal job, for example. Not everybody can do the same job, and that is what we're created to do. We're created to do individual roles. Doesn't mean that you can't kind of cross roles at all.
No. I think that personally, a woman complements a man.
100%.
She doesn't.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Absolutely.
it depends, and that's what I'm saying. It depends on like the kind of woman you are. Like, if you don't want to have a family, you don't need a man. To be honest, really.
But then that's what I'm.
Personally, you don't need a man because you got your job. You can adopt kids.
Yeah.
But for like someone like me, who's obviously getting married, I want to have my children. I would. It sounds a bit funny. Okay, I need a man because I have a goal in life. I need to get to a place. I want to be a mother one day. I want to bear children, and I know there's other ways of giving birth to children, but obviously the traditional, normal way, I want to have that. So it depends on what your mindset is as a woman, or what you're thinking would depend on like if you need a man or not.
I think, and then need and want is different. There's a big difference. I think ultimately, men, we need one another. I just think society is becoming it's becoming very intertwined. It's becoming very confused. And now I think this is why you get men out there who are acting like housewives, and you get women out there who are acting like men. And I don't think that it's not that bad, because no, in the sense that, let me explain myself. In the sense that, okay, let's take a scenario. Say we're both working class people, and I go to work and you're home one day. Look, and then that's different.
That's fine. But obviously, if it's like in a way like abusing your husband, saying you must wash my knickers, you must clean everywhere.
Can I just say something? Look at just general families. Look at families in general. Look at, like, I don't want to go into it, but even if you look at divorce rates, if you look at divorce rates sky high. Yeah, that's because we're falling away from the intended purpose of how a relationship should be, the standards of a relationship. The same as
standard of a relationship?
That's another video. That's going to take too long. So standards of relationships on a biblical principle, it's being lost in the world today. The same as identity in a female and a male is becoming lost. The identity is becoming lost. So I think that is becoming gradually an issue, and that is why you see so many broken families. You see so many disruptive families. You see disrupted kids who grow up who don't really know who their mom or their dad is, or they there's no identity in terms of dad's out earning the bread, mom's at home taking care of the kids. Now, I'm not saying that has to be the standard in every family and relationship, but that is why the world is ultimately falling apart in many respects, because the intended purpose, the foundations are not.
I think what God really wanted was for the man and the woman to complement each other.
100% to come together.
The woman will help the man, and she can go out to work. She can do X, Y, and Z for herself, bring money in. She's working, take care of the kids, and the man can do the same as well. I feel like if they can both have an understanding
in this generation,
they will all come together and complement each other.
In this generation, look, 21st century now, it's hard not to do that, because our lives are becoming increasingly busier. Like, just general life, the way of life now compared to what it was, say, 50 years ago is different. Everything's becoming so fast-paced, everything's instantaneous, instant gratification, social media, everything's on your smartphone, instant access to things. Kids are growing up with, instant access to too much information, and I think so the world is generally becoming faster-paced. So for just to stick within those roles, unless you live out in the countryside somewhere and you have to go out hunting for your food, it's kind of, in fact, that's a great example. If you think of it in that respect, that's if you strip society away from everything, strip your smartphone away, strip your clothes away, just everything. Be careful how I say that, but strip everything down. If you look at a lot of remote tribes and places which are really haven't been touched too much on the face of the earth, they still live that way. The men go out, they hunt the food. The women, they stay back, they take care of...
I feel like that's your opinion though. Like,
no, I'm saying that
because you keep going back to that example.
I'm just saying, if you just look at how things operate, I'm not being disrespectful to women. Listen, I'm proud that, you know, women out there are doing amazing things in the world. There's scientists, there's doctors, there's medical experts. So don't get me like don't get it confused. And
but that's how it was
putting man
before.
Above woman. But what I'm saying is the
equal.
intended purpose is effectively, that's what it is if you just strip everything down, that is how things have been intended and created. So that's why you will see, like, you know, in remote areas, the men go out, they win the bread, the women stay back, they take care of it. It doesn't mean that one job is greater than the other, it just means you play a different role. That's what I was getting. So effectively, you need each other to complement one another, absolutely, and to grow a family. If that never happened, humanity wouldn't exist.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be watching this video right now. So,
and like, men shouldn't think that they're better than women.
No, it's not about that.
Because they earn the money.
It's about...
Either because they earn the money, they go out and earn the money, and the woman's at home taking care of the kids.
No.
I hate when guys or men
you can do what you want and abuse a woman.
Yeah, I don't like that, because it's not easy even bringing up a child.
But this is the thing is...
So, when the issue that happens is when one or whichever party takes advantage of their roles and each other. That's when the issue comes up. So,
and now when we think about it, in conclusion, we've even concluded that you need one another. A woman needs a man. That's the truth. They need a man, and that's, if you know, obviously
dependent on what.
If you don't
want a family,
and you want to remain,
you don't need a man for anything.
You know, you don't need
necessarily.
But I think, you know, for a healthy functioning family and lifestyle, then, you know, I think a woman needs a man, and it is clear that there needs to be roles identified within the relationship. Otherwise, things will be difficult.
So make sure you get your roles, sorted out. If you're taking advantage of your wife, fix up. If you're taking advantage of your husband, fix up.
No one's better than the other.
No one's better than the other.
Both play a
You're
part.
both equal. You play different roles. So love your husband, love your wife, be patient with them, and
as it says, just to finish in the Bible, men, submit yourself to Christ, and women, submit yourself to the man. But the man should also love the woman as Christ loved the church.
So effectively, he will love you the way
he loves Christ.
There we go.
Jesus.
So it's not, because I hear lots of women, sorry, not women, I hear lots of people say, oh, what do you mean the women submit themselves to the man? Oh, we're slaves, X, Y, and Z. No. It effectively means that the man will love you
because he loves Christ.
Exactly.
Loves Jesus
and for
with
you
all
to love,
his heart.
And for you to love Jesus, you need to
love your woman.
Exactly. You
as
need to
he loves the church.
Be like Jesus, basically.
He loved us as we were sinners, and he died for us and died for our sins. And
so that's it.
Even while we were deep in sin. So if he can love us, even when we're doing despicable things, and can die for us, then we should be able to love our women with the same amount of unconditional love.
Anyway, so
I hope you like the video.
It. Yes. Nice and short. We will try to do more videos.
Yes.
Let us know what you want us to do. I really want to do really controversial topics.
We'll do some. We'll think about it.
Yeah, we'll think about it. Let us know what you want us to talk about, and we will see you another time.
Bye.
Bye.